Big news, AFTV are coming to Ghana. We are coming to Ghana in Africa between the 6th and 12th of February, and we're going to be meeting Ghanaian Arsenal fans and doing a watch party around the West Ham versus Arsenal football game. You do not want to miss this, so Ghana, get ready. We are coming. AFTV. Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with fans who link with January transfer move to Arsenal. Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. The Arsenal team's still over there in Dubai at the moment, taking in the sunshine, training, getting himself in a good mode for the big game that takes place next weekend against Crystal Palace. Of course, no Arsenal game this weekend because of the winter break. So that's what's enabled Arsenal to be over there. And a bit of controversy yesterday on social media. I don't know if you saw the pictures of Mikel Arteta with Salt Bay, the famous restaurateur who does that steak, you know, the famous steaks where he gets the salt and flicks it on it and then picks it up and puts it into the person's mouth. Did that yesterday with Mikel Arteta. There was a lot of people going in. What are you doing eating steaks and all that? And we've lost our last 3 games. And not sure if that was the best bit of PR to do that. But listen, at the end of the day, nobody's going to care if we beat Crystal Palace. And that is the most important thing. And as I said, you know, this sort of break is about not just training and getting and putting things right, you know, but it's also about, you know, also resetting, relaxation and getting yourself back into that mode, almost like a little mini pre-season as we head into a really serious part of the season. So, yeah, it was making me laugh having a look at a load of that. Thank God that weren't Edu. Right, or pitching in that, because you know what everybody be going, man, you be working on transfers and you're eating steaks and stuff. Oh man, but listen, we want to see some meaty signings coming in. Yeah, you heard that one. Some meaty signings coming in. But actually, one of the things that came up yesterday is a player that's actually coming back, not really coming in, but being recalled, and that's Marquinhos, the 20-year-old Brazilian who Arsenal signed. He's been at the club for 18 months now. Was sent out on loan last season to Norwich. Didn't really work out for him on loan at all there. Came back and then went out on loan again this season, this time to France with Nantes. Hasn't worked out for him at all there. He's only played about 7 games, I think it was, for them. And even them, they haven't all been starting. They weren't too happy with him, Nantes, because he went away with the Brazil under-21 team. And now he's being recalled by Arsenal. Said that he's going to be going away on another tournament with Brazil, a pre-Olympic tournament. Seems to be playing more for the Brazil youngsters than I think this is for the Brazil under-23s. Seems to be playing more for them than he is playing for any sort of club side. It looks like he's going to be recalled only to be sent back on loan somewhere else. So really needs to knuckle down now, this kid, if he's going to get his Arsenal career going. We must remember he's still only 20 years old. I saw a lot of people going in on him yesterday. I'm like, yeah, relax. He's 20. There's some 20-year-olds that will be like a Bukayo Saka that are super matured and ready to hit the ground running, and or like a Martinelli, and there's others that are going to need time to adjust. I mean, you come to a different country, you're not straight into the first team. You're having to make your way as a young player. It's not always easy. But let's hope he can knuckle himself down. But it remains to be seen where he does end up. It does look like Arsenal will send him out on another loan from now till the end of the season, rather than him coming back to sort of help out in that sort of right wing area, which we could do with cover. If he was firing, he'd probably get a chance in there. We spoke on the show yesterday about Joshua Zirkzee of Bologna. The 22-year-old has been attracting a lot of interest from Arsenal, a lot of other clubs around Europe, and has been heavily linked. Now, There's said to be a release clause in his contract of £34.3 million. If you meet that release clause, you can get Zirkzee. However, the Bologna sporting director yesterday, goes by the name of Marco Di Vaio, he told the publication La Gazzetta dello Sport that release clause only applies to Bayern Munich and nobody else. Anybody else that wants Zirkzee is going to have to pay more money for them. And hence why I was saying on yesterday's show that they're demanding around about £50 million for him. That release clause only open to Bayern Munich, he revealed yesterday. So there's no way of Arsenal be able to activate that. And then again, is he even worth that? That's the thing, what's happening at the moment. I'm looking at a lot of players that are getting linked with a move to Arsenal, and I'm like, are they worth it? You know, listen, these clubs across Europe, they're very smart. They're almost using the Premier League clubs as a way of making big money. You know what I mean? They probably look on it and say, right, listen, we don't get the big TV money that they get over there in the Premier League. But what we can do is any promising player we've got, any sort of up-and-coming player we've got, especially for a team like a Bologna, what we do is we sell them to the Premier League for premium amounts of money. You never get that for Zirkzee in Italy or anywhere like that. So, but looks like Zirkzee is not going to be an option. There's also been the links this week to Borja Mayoral of Getafe. It was said that Arsenal have put a bid in for him of £22 million. I was chatting to somebody yesterday and they was having a go. They was going, oh, why is Arteta bidding £22 million for Mayoral? You should be going for it. I said, here, bro, slow down. It's a rumour. We don't know if Arteta has actually bid £22 million. It's a rumour that's been put out there. It's out there somehow. We don't know whether it's true or not until you hear it from the horse's mouth. However, the publication, Spanish publication, AS, they say that Getafe do not want to sell Mayoral anyway. He's not for sale in January, they're saying. They want to keep him. They don't want to sell him right now, and they'd rather, if anything, sell him in the summer. And also they're saying that Mayoral is happy to stay at Getafe at the moment. His big aim is to try and get himself into the Spain squad for the Euros that are coming up in the summer. He sees that he's doing really well at the moment in Getafe, scoring a lot of goals. And if he keeps on that trajectory, he can get into the Spanish national team and get his big move in the summer. Hence, as we always know, the difficulty of trying to get a player away in January. Linked to another player called Ismael Saibari of PSV. Now, he's a Moroccan international, plays in the midfield, really, really talented player, and has been, attracting a lot of interest from clubs in the Premier League, including Arsenal, said to be one of those clubs that are interested in him. They're going to be keeping tabs on him, according to the Dutch publication called NU. They're saying that Arsenal are going to be keeping tabs on him at AFCON. He's at the African Cup of Nations with Morocco, and they're interested in him. Again, more of a summer move for me when I'm looking at this attacking midfielder. Not really what Arsenal need right now. PSV said to want about £50 million for him, despite his valuation being around about 10 million. That's what I'm saying. Where do they pluck these things out of the sky from? At 22 years of age, up-and-coming player, doing really, really well for PSV, heavily linked with a move to Arsenal. Now, another player that's been linked with Arsenal all week has been Amadou Onana of Everton. There's been suggestions that Arsenal could shell that up to £50 million this month to try and bring the midfielder into the Emirates Stadium. Sean Dyche was in his press conference yesterday and spoke about this. Of course, Everton, they don't do their winter break until next week, so they are actually playing. And he spoke about it, the speculation surrounding Amadou Onana, and said that, listen, right now, we don't know anything about him moving in January. We haven't had any bids, and, we're not really looking to sell Amadou Onana right now. So, again, not back there for Arsenal on the Amadou Onana links. If Arsenal want to do a signing like this, it's clear what will have to happen. They're going to have to go in with big money in January to try and get him away from Everton. And the fact and that question remains, is that big money on the table right now? And do they need Amadou Onana right now? I was discussing it in a video with Troops where we were talking about transfers. Make sure you check that out. And I was saying that same thing. I mean, if you're going to shelve out that type of money, it's got to be for someone, I feel, excuse me, that you're going to need right now. And I don't think, he's needed right now. In the summer, yes, but right now, perhaps not. And what about this player, Santiago Gimenez of Feyenoord? He has been on fire this season. A really good player, Mexican, plays as a centre forward for Feyenoord. Played well for them last season as well. Now, according to a lot of outlets, Arsenal are keeping tabs on the Mexican. 16 goals in 18 league appearances. That is an unbelievable record. That is excellent, right? That's what you call in top striker mode. I know it's the Dutch league, everyone's going to say, but regardless of whatever league you're in, that's a great goal-scoring record. Now, Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, Spurs, all interested in him, as well as Real Madrid and Barcelona. He's valued at around about £50 million. But if he continues that goal-scoring record, it's going to be even higher than that. You know what I mean? We see the sort of money that's being asked for Ivan Toney. We see the sort of money that's even being asked for these guys like Zirkzee, right? And this guy's goal-scoring record is much better than them. So Gimenez is a player that Arsenal are really, really looking at. Again, the sort of player would be excellent for Arsenal to bring in. But again, our Feyenoord would they be willing to even consider a sale in January when, again, unless this player gets a serious injury, if he continues that goal-scoring record, you probably get more for him in the summer. That's the big problem for Arsenal in their search to try and bring a striker in. But Santiago Gimenez, I guess we'll be hearing a bit more about him with links between now and the end of the transfer window. Those are the rumours for today. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to check out some of our great content. I know there's no game going on this weekend, but we've got lots and lots of content coming out over this weekend, so make sure you check it out. And also for everybody asking, yes, we are coming to Ghana. Looking forward to that. We're going to be getting more details of that very soon, but between the 6th and 12th of February, AFTV going to be over there in Ghana. We're going to be watching a game as well with Ghanaian Arsenal fans, as well as being at the game over here in the UK when Arsenal play West Ham. So look out for that. It's going to be brilliant. Thanks for watching the show. We'll be back tomorrow.